Good morning, Auraxians. This video is my casting of Emerald's Week 4 Outfit Wars match of the famous Sokaar's Legion versus last season's champion, Turaf. I was joined by co-casters LivnX once again, as well as SKL's very own Qaztar for a very exciting match between two talented teams. I won't give away the winner, but the match featured excellent team play and spirit in a winner-go-home playoff match to determine who advances to the Final Four. Until next time, I'll catch you on Auraxis. Awesome. I think that I had everybody muted for a little while, so I'm going to quickly go over the rules again, and then we can kind of run through that. My apologies. So again, this is Outfit Wars. We are with SKL versus Turaf, the 4th and 5th seeds in this season's Outfit Wars playoffs, and so this is winner go home. It's red team Alpha versus blue team Omega. I believe the Alpha team this match is SKL. We'll go ahead and see in a bit. And Turaf is the blue Omega team, not to make it any more confusing than it needs to be. But we do have a 20-minute prep phase, which we are in right now. 45-minute match. This is 48v48 combined arms with no bastions, no colossi. The goal is to capture the enemy warp gate or have the most territory at the end of the 45-minute match. So we have SKL, 4,700 members, established in 2014. Turaf, a bit smaller, 600 members, still large, established in 2020. As Qaztar was so nice to describe, SKL has daily ops decided by the platoon leader. They have many different arms to kind of bring in new players and teach them up in different areas of the game. Obviously, there's a lot of different ways to play PlanetSide 2. So founded by Sokaars, led by his leaders thereafter. So if you're looking for a new outfit, be sure to check them out on Emerald VS. On the right here, we have Turaf, which has ops on Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 to 10 p.m. I can tell you the server is very active when Turaf is on the continent. They focus on combined arms, but also high infantry cohesion, and they're open to all who kind of enjoy that kind of high-level teamwork and expectation. So go ahead and check them out. Now, with regards to the actual outfit wars, right? These are the competitive arms of each outfit. We have SKL, which has competed in multiple outfit wars so far, and they are bringing a full team. And I would say, Qaztar, that they have a heavy focus on infantry players. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely got, a couple of strong pilots, a couple of strong armor players who've got some experience, but definitely the bulk of what we're bringing in is just people who are pretty good at the game and are also just coordinated. People who can listen to orders is sort of the main thing that we've been looking for in terms of building out that roster.
Yes, recipe for success. So a few members from outside outfits or aligned outfits, I would assume, right? Like Prey's, you guys have a pretty close relationship
Definitely
with.
Prey for sure, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just because, they couldn't field their own team this year, and there was a number of them that are still, pretty tightly knit to SKL, so it just made sense, yeah.
Awesome. And then we had the pleasure of casting SKL's match last week against VSTD. And so these guys on the watch list for sure, Lord Poncho, Rage Twisted, and Nico Pico, very good shooters. Be sure to be on the lookout for them. We'll be sure to call them out. On the Turaf side of things, they are last year's winners in Outfit Wars Alpha Cycle 3. They have an 8 out of 10 level of confidence in this match, so they are coming ready to fight and ready to win. Expect a full team with an air squad. They are allied with Auraxis round, right? Probably for the similar reasons as with Prey, right? So they are going to be bringing, I believe, an infantry squad, maybe a smaller infantry squad, but their air support is a big factor for them joining this team. And we should be looking out for Force Commanders Kaya and Jordy's Bacon, as well as squad leads Hannibal Forge, Desert Fox, Boba Fett, and Cobra Max, and Xyrus Apprentice Cloud TR is what I've been told. So definitely going to be looking out for those guys.
Isn't that the famous Baby Cyrus? I think.
Yes,
I heard that.
Baby
Yeah,
Xyrus.
wow.
Absolutely.
Very, very nice.
We got a few more minutes here. We're going to go ahead and hop into the base video so you guys get a rundown of what each base looks like. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about just some of the bases that you see, as well as hop in and see what the warp gate openers look like for each team.
playing for Tura. Low.
There we go. Welcome back, everybody. We are just under 5 minutes out. Any kind of notes about different openers that have happened throughout the season for either team, or maybe these bases? What do you guys expect to be the focus starting out here today?
Liv, you want to take that one first?
Sure. Well, last week we saw SKL with a very unconventional opener that I think that worked out to their advantage. I remember very well when we were casting that they had about half a platoon to almost 3 squad of Skygars that worked out very well to hold that early on, which is extremely important. I I don't want to talk about SKL openers right now, but I'm gonna say that from the side of Turov, I will be expecting a little bit more conventional, right? Like an air opener. But we will see what they come up with.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I mean, I think Turaf, well known for their air already. They've also got that Aurax contingent, which is going to help assist with that, like you were saying earlier, Apollo. And yeah, I mean, hey, I don't know what SKL did this time. I specifically decided not to look at the plans that went out just a little bit ago on what they're deciding to do for this opener. But I would expect it's an opener that's thought out. It's one that they've thought about the fact that 2Ref is known for their air, and they're coming up with some trying to have some way to counter that, but also probably to anticipate something unexpected, because what we've seen is having an opener, even if it's not the meta, if the other team isn't sort of preparing for it, then that can sway those early neutral bases for one side or the other. So might see some creative stuff from both sides here.
Yeah, I definitely like that last part that you mentioned. It's kind of, Desolation really did not limit much of what you could do in Outfit Wars, and Nexus kind of limits things in a bit of a ways, but people kind of forget that if you just do something and do it well, you're going to have to make your enemy respond to you. So that's very critical in the beginning, especially on Nexus, where the base cap timers are pretty short for 3-point bases. Right. And so that's missed on a lot. So when I saw your guys' opener last week, I was super excited because I knew immediately it was going to work. Just like the amount of damage that would have to be taken on those logistics, it just wasn't going to work, and they were going to be too slow to capture.
I mean, that makes one of us. I was not nearly as certain. I mean, I was optimistic. Some people on the team were not so optimistic. They were like, "We are."
I could see the fear.
Crazy. Yeah, there was some serious hesitation, but props to our leads, Calamity and Rage. They pushed it through and they totally made it work.
I loved watching them crawl out of the warp gate going to both sides. Is epic to see. But yeah, I haven't watched too many 2RAF. I would expect it's rather meta with a lot of ESFs. We'll see here in less than a minute here. We'll go ahead and check that out. So again, we do have 2RAF up to the north. They are on the Omega side. That's going to be blue bases. And then down to the south is SKL on the Alpha side.
SKL has lost one member. Ooh. That person has
Qaztar's got to hop in.
Less than a minute to get in.
Go ahead and start a poll real quick. Give me 1 second.
Oh no. You hate to see it. It always happens. Even when we were playing, we always had like somebody crash last minute.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I wonder who that was.
Oh, it's fine. They're back. 40.
Nice.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, we want to have both
teams. We want to have both teams at full strength. That will lead to a very good match.
SKL always has a couple people online that we can pull from.
Let's go ahead and check out the SKL opener. Pretty much mostly armor and what is that? 6 gals up in the air. 1 ESF. Very interesting opener. I think I like that. It's just a tad bit different from last week. Maybe some rep gals actions, and then 2RAF with majority ESFs for sure.
But they've got this prowler contingent over here that looks dangerous.
Yes, they have 7 prowlers lined up in a row. Let's go ahead and watch them roll out alongside this air, and then we'll see how it combats against SKL.
I'm excited to see this clash. This is going to be good. Those prowlers, that's terrifying, actually.
That DPS, man. It looks like they're trying to go for the armor. I feel like they might be stuck in the shield, though. They're really close to that. Maybe it's only air that gets stuck. There we go. Off they go. Let's follow this air. The Prowler's going to actually take a surprisingly long amount of time to get anywhere.
Looks like all the Prowlers are going up towards the Bitter Gorge. Oh no, not the Bitter Gorge, the Auraxis Satcom Hub side of things.
Yes. Here are these gals. It looks like they want to be shot. They're going straight to the center.
That is okay. Those guys are soaking up that damage so that ESF and everybody else is safe.
Yeah, so where is everybody else? That's my question. Bitter Gorge we go. Here we are. We have many Sunters.
Wow, and 2RAF already in the turrets at Argent Pass. They've hacked the turrets and got in the vehicle turrets.
They set up caltrops
too.
too.
The caltrops, yeah, whoa.
Not as much firepower. You got this one NG turret here. We have Pelly TR. Just harassing these Mag Riders. Finally go down. It's a nice little stall. You have two people from 2RAF just hanging out at Argent Pass, ready to perhaps set up a back cap in case they get Bitter Gorge Garrison.
Yeah, I mean, that caltrop setup, the tank mines on the road, it's going to slow up the SKL push for sure, at the very least, and give 2RAF time to coordinate a response.
Yes, and it looks like they've totally ignored Bitter Gorge, and they have dropped a squad, perhaps a bit more than a squad, onto Granite Head Reactor. And then I'm assuming the armor has made its way to the tech plant, which it has, and they've got a full cap on that as well. And the air's just hanging out here. So maybe they're the strategy right now is just to waste the pop, right? You have 12 guys in the sky for 2RAF. They can't do a ton until SKL shows their hand a bit. Big part of it comes down to if they can repel them with this armor, though, and it doesn't look like it's working.
So currently, right now, all the armor from like a large portion of the armor from SKL is engaged against 2RAF air on Nexus substation, and they are slowly pushing their way to the Technon. But unfortunately, 2RAF has armor also waiting for that, so they are at a disadvantage, and they're getting picked off one by one.
The Prowlers on this hill are devastating. You get this burning Prowler that's not quite down yet, and it doesn't look like it will go down. That's a wipe.
Here's one of the things, right? Like, SKL had armor, but 2RAF had more armor. So it was just numbers games at the time.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's clear that SKL brought up the armor with the idea of setting up Sundays and countering air, and 2RAF brought up the armor with the objective of countering armor, and it looks like that might be going in 2RAF's favor.
Yes, and it looks like 2RAF is very heavy on the tech plant, Auraxis Satcom Hub. They're also pretty heavy about being stalled at Granite Head Reactor, and SKL, on the other hand, is over at Bitter Gorge with 2 Galaxies and a Sunder. So good kind of way to get at least half their forces onto the front to capture the base that is more likely to go towards the team with the more air, I would say, throughout this tournament.
You can still gut this out.
That's going to be 2RAF taking the Satcom Hub. There is a little bit of SKL here, starting to get on some points, but that's an early cap for 2RAF.
Yes, they really wanted that base. These gals are doing some work, that's for sure. Just deterring these mosquitoes. I wonder if they'll bring the Prowlers over, or they'll continue towards the enemy side. Looks like a few of them have made their way to the center base.
SKL is countering on Technon. 2RAF was setting up a forward backup on substation. However, SKL had outsmarted 2RAF by setting up on Technon.
2RAF is going in for the steal right now on Bitter Gorge Garrison. They've dropped a squad on A point, as well as another squad on C. The Galaxy's still up above, but not for long. B points being held by only a few. Let's see if Frozen Eagle sees Symbiotite. No, he does not, and that's starting to go in their favor as well. Not much time for SKL to respond. See small scrimmage on A point. That's just not going to be enough.
Yeah, I'm looking at Granite Head as well. There's SKL presence here. They're getting on points. I mean, it's clear we're not going to be heading to the side bases yet. We're still in the neutrals, but we'll see how long these whatever spawns are here can hold up against pressure from 2RAF and yeah, those roaming prowlers.
Yes, the Prowlers are a big problem right now. 2 of them rolling into Bitter Gorge right now, destroying the last remaining Sunders.
And I've seen a number of 2RAF Sunders actually set up around various areas. I assume anviled in, kind of just keeping a hard spawn for 2RAF up. They've got one on the roof here at Auraxis Hub that just got blown up actually, but they've still got a squad in from that.
Yes, on that roof on that B point there. Looks like the last of SKL has been wiped from that. But they must be down below. Wiped off C point as well.
Yeah, SKL has pulled completely out of tech plan, but they have actually sent their troops to Bitter Gorge.
Yes, there's 2 left here at Sackham Hub. This middle base, Granite Head Reactor, very slow cap on here. Up for grabs still. Which, I don't know if we've seen the Granite Head capped last. Usually one of the others is completely ignored.
Right, and it looks like 2RAF sort of stole Bitter Gorge out from underneath SKL here. SKL back on all 3 points, but 2RAF has the base.
Yeah, good response to get back here, because it's going to be hard anytime in the future of this match to get on this base. So I could see why SKL would really want it.
Definitely, yeah.
You have a lot of 2RAF armor just sitting outside the base. In classic TR fashion. Yeah. Some folks coming out of the spawn room here. Going B point side. See, looks like they're going to want to skirmish on A, potentially. They're splitting up. Looking to get rid of beacons.
Left, but not supported.
Not supported, yeah. I don't know why they split up. It's a daunting task pushing from the spawn room at this base. And they get wiped. There's still a beacon up. And it goes down. You got Sarlo, one of Auraxis' leads, and a Mosquito. Uneasy. All these guys Aurax in the Mosquitoes.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to start to see this 2RAF air deal some serious damage to the SKL ground forces.
This is
dive down.
Yeah, we're really seeing a lot of infantry overpop for SKL due to that air team and that armor team on 2RAF, because they're able to push Bitter Gorge as well as Auraxis Sackham Hub at the same time.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we've got a 2RAF squad now pushing across Bitter Gorge towards that A point. Looks like they might be able to get on it.
Looks like it. The max does go down. Well, max is still up. Ooh, gets rocket potted to death. So they're able to resecure Bitter Gorge just fine. A little close there.
Yeah, and Auraxis Sackham Hub is going to go through for SKL, looks like.
Yes, got there just in time. Nice cap there. Looks like not too much resistance, except for some air vehicles at the end there. We'll see. I'm surprised I haven't seen anything from 2RAF on it. Nexus secure substation after they were able to capture Granite Head.
Right, yeah. Definitely. I mean, yeah, I feel like right now we've got a lot of logistics, a lot of vehicles out from 2RAF, and it's, you know, working for them. They're definitely able to quell at least some of these SKL infantry pushes, but maybe
like up and down, right?
Yeah.
SKL is actually playing to their advantage right now, while 2RAF has a very powerful army of tanks and air. SKL is able to just immediately back up Sackham Hub as soon as they got that capture. They are now hydrophonics one way away from the Nexus, one base away from the Nexus.
Yeah, moving quickly. Definitely good. I mean, yeah, the Granite Head Nexus secure cutoff is going to be tricky. I assume we're going to see a Nexus secure substation cap get started pretty soon here. But yeah, SKL plunging into the 2-Raf territory.
There's this big skirmish going on between the two outfits on, what is it, Sea Point on Bitter Gorge right now. Just SKL grinding their way up these stairs to the roof. It looks like they have finally cleared out the 2-Raf that were here. Of course, they still do have connection. Look to get some sort of foothold.
We do have maybe a squad or half a squad of 2-Raf that's just gotten set up here at Nexus Secure Substation, trying to get this back cap done in time to cut off that massive SKL push. We'll see if SKL reacts or just goes for the Nexus, or what we'll see.
It's like a big fight on Hydroponics compound has been going on for about the last minute or so. Roughly even pop, but the infantry for sure is out popping the 2-Raf infantry here. Got some pushes from door 1 as well as dubs. Looks like some build up on short stair as well. So good rotation from 2-Raf at the moment. They do have a Sunday setup on the outside here. A lot of them get mowed down on that short stair area. But they are able to push their way into lower lobby with about 8 folks. And the rest get cleared out.
That is one of SK's advantage right now that they're making maximum use of, which is infantry. They have more infantry. They have more people. They can get to points faster. The tanks cannot easily move across the map, so very good on SKL on their movement across the map.
Yes, and it looks like they moved people over to Bitter Gorge to try and push that one through while they can.
If you don't mind, I'm going to pull up the kill board here real quick.
Go for it.
There it is. Looking like we've got, I mean, honestly, from these top killers, not a crazy separation. We saw kind of a lead from 2-Raf early on in the match that it was, you know, going to be maybe double the number of kills that SKL had, but it's evening out a little bit.
We do have big redeploys back to Nexus Secure to wipe that point up, and it is a 5-4 lead for SKL. You see just some armor going around Bitter Gorge, a few people. Looks like SKL has moved most of their guys off right away to go fight somewhere else. Looks like they're trying to get a
Nexus Secure
Slate Canyon hold back cap. That's what it looks like. We got Nico Pico in a max, just shredding people, but he can't cap any points. He's probably telling his team, hey, we got to get somebody back here. 2 neutralized points here.
Yeah, the SKL hold over at Nexus Secure Substation as well has been cleared out. 2-Raf now in here in a big way, maybe 2 squads set up with their turrets and everything. It's going to be a hard nut to crack for SKL. They've got lots of maxes in here as well, I'm seeing. At least 2 or 3.
Let's go ahead and take a look.
Yes.
This one's the interesting one because the doors 2, 3, and short stair are all right up against this wall here. Very hard to push in. Very hard to peek as well. See those hard light barriers out on the lower lobby as well as long stairs. Big investment here on this base coming from 2-Raf.
2-Raf Sander on Nexus Secure has gone down. It is the same position that they used last time on their match against. I forgot who they were fighting. Anyway,
Miku.
SKL has done their research and they knew exactly where their Sander was and they took it down immediately.
They've got another one on the corner cloak bus.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure they can jump up on and get up over the wall here. But yeah, this is the issue here, right? You're just sitting ducks in this hallway here.
Yeah, I mean, the crossfire is just crazy trying to push into this point. Although it looks
Shoot,
like
they hear the
SKL's
ground.
gained a little bit of ground. It's starting to pincer in a little bit, but they've only got 30 seconds.
They gotta push now, and they gotta push from multiple doors.
SKL is inside, yeah.
There we go. Little push for short. Door 3 as well. Let's see, can they flash? Can they peek?
They're moving fast enough.
Not enough.
It's just
That
too
2-Raf hold
many
is strong.
2-Raf.
They're running for it.
Here we go. Here we go. We got the Max coming in.
Max is in, yeah.
He's in. He's doing
It's gonna
work.
go down though. There he goes.
There we go. Flash
He's
it.
sleeping.
Oh, they're on it though.
Yes, the Max wiped
Wow.
like 5 2-Raf guys. It's still
Oh,
hotly contested.
let's battle 2-Raf is back. Never mind, the dead.
There's still a few.
The nades
There we
keep
go,
going
there-
out. The zombies are everywhere.
I was a little worried. The SKL, they needed a risk nade. Still a few.
Yeah, it needs one rest.
Oh no, it's going back in their favor. Oh, there's this
Oh, here
SKL
comes the
resonate.
Take
SKL
the
resonate,
resonate,
yeah.
get the
Oh
resonate.
god. Oh man, it's flickering again.
Competitive planet
Oh.
side. Let's go.
This is the meta. This is the meta.
So
There it
is. 2
SKL
second save
had
right
already
there.
lost this capture, and out of nowhere, from door one, a hero medic came to a resonate and turn it around for SKL.
Now that Sunday's still up for 2-Rap, so they can dump this. And you know what? The Bitter Gorge being neutralized with a squad on Slate Canyon hold that couldn't cap it, that's going to come back to bite them because they've sent very little pop to Bitter Gorge and they've been able to bring that cap timer down to 40 seconds, under 40 seconds here. So that'll be an interesting one to watch, see if that goes through for the macro scale of the match. This is a big point hold from SKL now. They do not want 2-Rap getting back here whatsoever. They do push up into 50s. Looks like they're looking down short stair.
Yeah, I just pulled up revives there for a second. Definitely got plenty of revives from both sides. Medics are a essential aspect of any kind of competitive planet side, but definitely this format as well.
Yes. And you do see kind of roughly 50-50 pop, but once again, infantry-wise, certainly overpop for SKL. You got a lot of vehicles hovering around, not doing a whole lot against these guys who are nice and cozy on the point.
Got that Niku Max coming back in. Hopefully
Here they
trying to
come
get
from
back on the
Doves,
point.
wipe it all out. There we go.
SKL has to secure Bitter Gorge. They did not let that one go down without a fight.
Very smart, very smart. Be interested to see what else can they do. We have a bit of a ghost cap on Airasac Satcom Hub from 2-Raf, so they're making good use of trying to keep the timers in their favor as they attempt to push this one through.
SKL has lost the hold on Nexus substation.
They
Yes.
just did, yep.
They
the
put
2-Raf
everything here.
rotation pushed in.
There's still SKL up, and they got a max coming in right now. Nico Pico, the one and only. Oh my goodness, he takes 2/3 health damage right away. I'm not even sure if a rocket hit him. There's a C4, eliminates him. Still some res grenades
gosh.
coming out. Not too many medics I see from 2-Raf, so it'll be interesting. Nico Pico's back up, but down. Very good
I mean,
use
this
of
is
rockets.
a mess of bodies falling and resonates flying and shotguns blasting.
Exactly. I don't know, what's the counter here if you're SKL? Assume you need to kind of clean up Bitter Gorge to at least put pressure somewhere else, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you just abandon this lane and go Bitter Gorge, Slate Canyon, or Granite Head, or if you try to save Nexus Secure still 30 seconds.
Here's one Valks coming in. Only 2 folks though. Oh, more drops. About 10 folks. All door 3, all air to ground. Oh, that's rough to see. Yeah, it's just a lot. Here, look at that pile of dead bodies. More air to ground. This is the vehicle prowess.
Ooh, a Thumper just crushed a
Yes,
half squad of SKL coming through that door. I think
they're
if just
pouring
too
in
slow.
once again. It does go in favor of 2-Raf though. I think they're going to be able to flash this and at least keep him off the home base for a little while. Oh, if it's just a little bit faster. But they do
Yeah,
still...
we took this one with like 40% pop. That was a very good push from SKL.
Yes, I'm gonna jet over to Bitter Gorge. So I'm interested to see if that's gonna get fully resecured. I see some people on Slate Canyon. Flash and C point with the squad. Yeah, they really just have to resecure this fully before they push up. Looks like maybe that's not their focus right now.
Ooh, SKL has reinforced Nexus secure substation. Now they have the pop.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think there was attempted back cap onto Nexus Alpha by 2-Raf, but doesn't seem like it's gone through because of the quick getting back on point. Yep.
You're right. Did they pull any logistics in here at all? They hack some terminals. Check underneath. No sunder, so no harm, no foul. In terms of
Yeah,
investment.
beacons and turrets hacked. It's interesting, the 2-Raf hacking this match. That's something new. I didn't expect that. That's cool.
Yeah, lots of destroying of terminals, hacking turrets. It looks like 2-Raf is happy to just let the SKL team just sit on this base for a while. Meanwhile, they're gonna commit towards Auraxis Satcom Hub as well as Bitter Gorge. Try and lock SKL out of the center of the map. Say, okay, we'll take these 3 minutes. We'll wipe up the center 3 bases.
Don't give up. We're still in it.
I mean, so far, a great match. I love the back and forth on this.
Yeah, and I love the different strategies as well. Different team composition for sure makes a huge impact. But in a good way for both teams. Get to see the positives and the detriments.
Definitely. Let's take a look at let's see, vehicle kills. I mean, I'm expecting to see a massive favor for. Oh, I was expecting to see more for 2F. Oh, is that coming up properly?
Don't think vehicle kills are counted properly.
It's on the overlay though. Let's see.
Right.
46. 46 for SKL, 32 for 2RAF. So not much action there, probably because the 2RAF Air doesn't really have many vehicles to shoot at past the opener, I would think.
Right. Yeah, so Bitter Gorge is a tense fight right now, just sprawling across the base. SKL trying to pull maxes out, getting some bursters up to ward off this these ESFs that are coming in. 2RAF holding on B and C.
Looks like any moment now, 2RAF's going to start closing in, but SKL's doing a good job at just sending a few people over to those ancillary points to apply pressure, keep them on those 2 points, and draw this cap out as long as they can. Meanwhile, we do see Auraxis Satcom Hub is going to go in favor of 2RAF, and we will see still a commitment on Nexus Secure Substation. We'll be interested to see if they do try and kind of flip that point back towards the end.
An SKL max push going towards B point. They're starting to climb up these stairs. Still plenty of.
Yes, and they're
2RAF
wiping
on
them off.
They're getting them.
Oh, there goes the max.
Hannibal Forge gets knifed in the back. Right.
Yeah.
No,
It's kind of funny. I think some people have their colors bugged for sure. They're just walking by enemies, which is always funny to see. They are going to hold on to B, and they are currently holding on A and pushing C. So I wonder if they are trying to resecure that Nexus Secure.
big redeploy by 2RAF on secure substation. They just push out the scale.
That's what I figured. You see that pop had gone down a little too much, and they're able to resecure it in the last 20 seconds of the capture. It's good map management on their part. They do give up the ability to lock him out of Bitter Gorge, though.
Now we see 2RAF getting back in point Nexus secure and being able to then push for the Nexus. So many Nexuses.
Yes, they do have to wait a full 3.5 minutes, though. So
True, yeah.
it's kind of not a whole lot can happen besides in terms of captures over the next few minutes. Oh, I think I'm bugged. Let's see.
Not sure right now where SKL pub is. They are under pub in both fights Bitter Gorge and
Let's go ahead.
Nexus Secure. 2RAF has a 57, 53%. Oh, I see. SKL has a drop on Nexus Secure substation to try to resecure it.
Yeah, big push. Looks like they're back on point. The Bitter Gorge now is flipping for 2RAF now pretty solidly. Looks like SKL basically just abandoned Bitter Gorge for the most part to get back on Nexus secure.
Interesting. They do have like one person, a couple people on A point. This, as long as they can keep on delaying this as much as possible. It looks like a full squad's here to try and defend. B point is up for grabs here at Bitter Gorge. So I don't think it's going to be captured quite that easily. But you gotta wonder, are they coming back to Nexus secure? They did for a little bit, and they do have a Sunder right outside of door 2 for 2RAF. That's my apologies, not SKL. So that's really tough to deal with. And
Yeah, these 2RAF spawns are
able
solid.
to come right back here. Yeah, I think not having air, one of the big differences is the beacons. They stay up much longer for 2RAF.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Good point.
I haven't seen too many red beacons.
Just seeing SKL Wraith Flash out here, just peppering away at these Sundays, I'm not sure how quickly that's going to work.
Yes. I feel like this is kind of like the slow catch your breath moment of the match, right? We got the timers to work with. A lot of back caps. Looks like more SKLs come in here. They've
Very
resecured
big
all
job
3
from
points.
SKL Nexus secure.
And they've been able to resecure Bitter Gorge quite a bit. In that meantime, it's efficient use of population.
Fortunately, SKL got earth to grounded by the benches.
A good number of them still by door 3, door 2 area. And it looks like this Sunder might go down. Death gets Gator. And it's getting repaired.
Oof, yeah.
He doesn't see the NG though.
Air to ground.
Oh man, should have prioritized killing that Sunder. That's gonna be very hurtful. It despawns. It's been here, or the person who pulled it pulled another vehicle. That's a massive L. They have no spawns here.
It's dissolved in front of our very eyes.
Oh, but a Valk does go down. Full Valk of 6 folks. Led by Rage Twisted. That hurts. He's got cool armor though.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing exactly what you just said a few minutes ago about these beacons going down immediately. This air in the sky, this 2F air is just crushing those beacons the second they go up, and especially here on Next Secure. I mean, obviously the point is inside, but if you're on the outside trying to get in, running around this little edge here, it's the perfect spot for a Banshee or missiles to just come down and absolutely rip apart a squad.
Yes, I think I've seen the first 2 Scythes come out of the warp gate. And oh, he tries to go and bail out to kill him, but he dies himself. So there's going to be a back cap on Granite Head. Oh, looks like it's Snack 1221. He needs to get on this point. There might be... He flashed it, I believe, for a second there.
It looks like we've got already some SKL back at Nexus Alpha, like kind of setting up, sort of preparing for the storm that is going to be the 2F push, probably for the Nexus, I imagine, to try and win the game.
Interesting. I'm not sure if I would set up too heavily on that if I was them.
Yeah,
You got a 7-minute timer.
Out here.
You really kind of have to go for broke in the next 5 or so minutes. Do you see Bloody Redstone? He is flashing B. He's trying to prevent this this resecure. Because 2Raf's got to know, you know, SKL has shown that they can move pop around the map. They do not want them touching more lattice lanes. You know, we have these beacons just staying up for way too long. Not many light assaults on the SKL's team. EMP does go out, destroy it though. Small skirmish on A point with half a squad of 2RAF. And a Sunder, another Sunday comes up. The flash comes in.
Kura and a Skyguard is dueling this TR Prowler. It didn't go well.
It's burning. Oh, and it just stays alive. All these burning Sundays not going down. It's very interesting. You do see a strong commitment here from SKL to try and resecure this. There's another another flash. Where's that artillery coming from up in the mountains? Lightning.
Cap has started on Nexus Alpha, it looks like, as well.
Interesting, interesting. The flash has come out. They actually destroy the Sunder. Star falls for the win. It's a very tenuous hold with about 4 or 5 folks on B point here at Bitter Gorge Garrison. We'll go ahead and check out Nexus Alpha in a bit.
Yeah, also, but SKL actually wasn't on A point here at Bitter Gorge, and it looks like just one 2Ref guy is able to get on, install the cap now, and now they're getting on. Oh, but they're getting on B. Looks like it's still going to go for. Yeah, yep. SKL still has it.
Looks like they've committed enough. There's only 2 left on B. Ooh, a few on the mid level. They do have kind of a hold on B right now. Beacon just gets taken down by SKL. Man, this is a big play here, holding Bitter Gorge. Let's go ahead and check out Nexus Alpha. It's kind of what I like to see, right? There's 2RAF kind of has to put a full squad here, right? Just because, and SKL does not. They can play with the timers, try and bait 2ref out. Comes down to, can your 48 beat my 48 at the end, right?
Right, exactly. It's going to be that way anyway, so you might as well take those first couple minutes to try and maybe get some other bases elsewhere before you really commit.
Yeah, but credit to 2ref, they have committed to trying to hold Bitter Gorge with equal number of pop at that base. And they still have B point. They're even pushing towards A. Not quite there yet. Sunday goes down for SKL. Ooh, can that meta get in? Yes, he does. No Wagner. Turn VS gets in. Shockwave gets in. There's a cloak Sunday here on B, though. They finally get to B point, but A and C both start flipping. Let's just ring around the rosy here, avoiding one another.
Back here at the Nexus, we've got this TR Air as usual, sort of peppering out any kind of SKL response that's trying to get to point. We do have a couple SKL Sky Guards coming out to potentially ward them off, but
interestingly, SKL's actually able to get the full back cap for probably a split second on Bitter Gorge, and they're able to get all 3 points at Granite Head. 2ref is responding at the moment, though. And yes, points flashing here at Nexus Alpha. Good fights going on. You see a 1v1 go in favor of 2ref.
You can still gut this out.
They are able to get on point, and they're starting to push outwards. Big response from 2ref on Granite Head. Ooh, small arms, I think, took out that Mossy. Potentially a rocket, though. Here comes 2ref, bringing in a Max with some support. The Max actually opts to flank around the entire base. Couple Maxes over towards B point. Let's go ahead and see where they push in. Looks like the infantry is going to be able to clear it out either way. And that's gonna wipe off the SKL here. A little bit on C point, just trying to hold this back cap. In the meantime, 2ref over at Bitter Gorge once again. This is kind of their stomping grounds, it seems like.
Yeah, they just take 3 points here, and I mean SKL now is starting to react, but they had to go all the way back to Nexus. I mean most of SKL is still back at Nexus Alpha, probably just because they don't want 2ref to get back onto it. I just want to make sure that they have that before continuing with the match. But 11 minutes left, you kind of got to go fast here.
You have to, yeah. If you lose this base, that's very tough, because then you're locked out of the center entirely.
Definitely. Pop is evening out. 1 point, maybe 2 points flickering.
Yep, 8 points flickering with like 1 person. C points flickering with 2 people. So good response so far. They really need to get rid of these Sundays though. They're just staying up for ages, but it's hard to with all this air.
Yeah, I mean, 2F's been able to basically take a bit of a lead and now just hold on to it by just pressuring Nexus Alpha, pressuring Bitter Gorge, forcing SKL to sort of jump between them. And SKL's not losing them, but you got to get the lead if you want to win this thing in the next 11 minutes. You got to start taking bases, and that's going to be really challenging.
Yep. Drop here on B, very small though. It's going to be wiped out pretty quickly, except for Rage twisted down below. He's able to get 1, get 2, get 3. Nice. Now they got to get rid of this beacon fast though.
There is a 2ref still drop coming in, Steven coming in on Nexus Alpha.
Oh, they go for the beacon, but they get killed. They got a second beacon. No, the same one. The beacons just stay alive. Just SKL walking over them.
Here comes all the maxes onto Nexus Alpha.
Oh, nice.
Holy moly, that is a lot of maxes.
They're planting their flag.
Prozan and Horus were sitting on the point at Nexus Alpha, and they just got mowed down like in an instant. That was devastating.
We got some support for those maxes as well. That's saying, you cannot beat us. We have the DACA. I still go back to at Bitter Gorge when there was one lone max for SKL just sitting there with a neutralized point and a point in the favor of 2RAF, and they had about a squad in Slate Canyon hold. They weren't able to get that back cap. That was huge for SKL to miss that opportunity, unfortunately. Because since then, it's just been, you know, putting pressure on Bitter Gorge, as well as whether it's Nexus Alpha or Nexus Secure Substation throughout today's match.
And I mean, we've still got orbital strikes, I think, on both sides. So, you know, maxes, a big max hold can be, you know, cracked by a couple orbitals, a couple well-placed orbitals. But also, you can be smart. I mean, this is a big sort of point region. You can run those maxes a little bit away, and if you've got the engineers with them, you can get them back up and back in point.
Yes, and keep in mind, we still got Bitter Gorge. That fight is raging on.
Yeah, wow, Jesus.
If you're SKL, you gotta resecure that base ASAP and then put pressure elsewhere, and then come back and resecure this.
Definitely, yeah. Got to do a delay, use that timer to your advantage.
And it looks like they've got all 3 points here. They've finally pulled a lightning. Does get taken out by tank mines almost right away. Nico Pico also, you know, once again seen doing work on the battlefield. But 2RAF, a beacon, not even on the roof, gets a squad in on B, slowing down everything. Sunday pulls up on C. Just very good movement from that team.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like there's some, maybe an SKL squad here over at Nexus Alpha, just kind of putting a little bit of pressure on the 2RAF point hold, but it is a bit wasted, like you said. It's better to sort of get out there, maybe try to take some bases, and then come back when you've got maybe a couple minutes left on the Nexus. But
yeah, right now that squad is being not used to the best.
I don't think SKL knows that the blue beacons are they're not theirs. They need to get rid of them. Only a few people know to get rid of the beacons. There we go. We got one, but not before more 2RAF have landed on the roof.
I'm seeing potentially one 2RAF medic, though, on Nexus Alpha. It's mostly NGs and Maxes, so...
Interesting, so those orbitals could play a factor later on.
Yeah.
Oh, one medic on B point. Don't push. Get the revives out. There we go. It's got one revive.
I mean, we're basically in the same spot that we were just a few minutes ago, and that's like how I was saying a little bit earlier. It's just this is a bit of a stalemate position, and this is a stalemate position that is a 2RAF win if it continues. So
yes, we do see. Looks like SKL has almost waved the white flag. They've moved Pop back to Nexus Alpha to not get warp gated. I would expect at least 3 squads on Bitter Gorge at this point, but they have opted to go for Nexus Alpha, try and kick off 2RAF from the point. We see hotly contested point.
Yep, here comes the push.
Maxes are going down. No orbitals needed. Bushido.
Yep. Pure Bushido.
Yes.
I only learned this term recently.
Oh, there's an SKL Max. That's a Burster Max taking out the 2RAF. Let's go. So they're able to resecure this space. They won't be able to capture anything off of it. So we'll go head back over to Bitter Gorge. And I don't suspect 2RAF will mind kind of not touching that again. And instead just focus on Bitter Gorge holding that. The air is here to dominate. Really uncontested air today. I think that was probably still the right move. What I would have liked to see is more contesting of the armor, and specifically just the logistics, right? Not necessarily the tanks. You're not going to go up against six prowlers and win. But these Sundays need much more C4, especially when they're all shield like this.
See the first orbital coming out. That's going to be for 2RAF, looks like, on the spawn here at Bitter Gorge.
Yes. They say, we want to capture this. This is ours now.
Yeah, I mean, capturing this would solidify the victory for them. I mean, I think it's already mathematically very difficult for SKL, just because of the long capture timer until they can get on something like Nexus Secure. And
yeah, they'd have to have perfect captures on Granite Head and Slate Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough time to capture anything else other than Bitter Gorge.
Yeah, I mean, definitely well fought. I mean, you know, no warp gate happens. That's always a bonus. But 2Raf did a really good job of pushing and then holding.
Very fun match. I really enjoyed seeing the SKL hold on Bitter Gorge, able to capture that for the majority of the match. That's really, really tough to do when you have an inferior air team but have no air team. You don't see that every day. Obviously, it did kind of come to bite them in the end, right? Because they had to commit a lot to trying to keep this base and trying to push elsewhere. You saw inability to resecure Nexus secure. You know, you would like to imagine it would be much easier to try and push Arazak, Sackham Hub, or Granite Head at the same time if you were holding that base. But congratulations to 2Raf for the eventual W here today.
Certainly, actually, yeah. And I assume now we're going to see in this last 4 minutes just a massive push onto Nexus Alpha, right? I mean, that's the only other victory that kind of exists now at this point.
Well, I don't know. We might see we might see a rodeo here at Bitter Gorge for the remainder of the match. It looks like they're having plenty of fun.
Calamity has put a call in Yell Chat for a flash race potentially.
Oh, that would be fun to see.
We'll see if the 2Raf leads decide to go with it, but
I'm amazed that there's still some SKL guys here fighting on 8 point.
Yeah. I mean, if you didn't see, they pushed across the bridge under insane fire from the air, crossfire from both B and A, and they still managed to reach the A point somehow.
That's that DACA. Just throw bullets somewhere, doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
Hope for the best. Let's see, it's a party at Bitter Gorge for 2Raf. Where'd SKL go? A few Valks coming out of the warp gate. Oh, they're starting the cap on Nexus Alpha with one engineer. Lessel CETR. It's like, no, you don't get a full resecure on this.
There's a 2F flash contingent running from Bitter Gorge now over to, what is this, Argent Pass? Yep.
Yes, they
Massive
are. Look at
group
that.
of flashes. Gorgeous.
You love to see it. Oh, there's Prozan joining them. Very nice.
Enemy flash spotted. Enemy flash in the area.
They're trying to kill Prozan.
No.
It's too fast for them. Yeah, these two outfits they like each other quite a bit, if I recall.
Good friends.
Good friends. Looks like they're all gonna just go into the warp gate, kill themselves. Okay.
Yeah, just a bunch of ants here.
Aerodoth just ticking down. There he goes.
Some team killing going on from the TR air. That's always good.
Oh, very nice. Cute, even.
Here comes the fireworks as well. Beautiful. Reminds me of the ceasefire that we had with 2Raf. Was that over a year ago now?
On live, yeah. Well, I'm going all over the place. Looking at the other match, let's see. B-Way versus Recursion. We see that Recursion has eliminated B-Way and won that match. I think relatively, somewhat handily. I think it was like maybe 300 something points for Recursion, so very strong showing from them. Both teams had been defeated by Goblins, Troopers pretty handily before, and there was a lot of speculation that B-Way, having more of an air team, might be able to pull off the upset there, but no, they will advance to the semifinals alongside 2Raf here today.
Yeah, wow. BKTZ is our only hope against Gobs.
I know, I was hoping for, selfishly, Emerald VS to have 3 people, but
yeah, that would be nice.
Maybe only one. Let's see, some crouch fighting going on.
Look at this beautiful ceasefire, my god.
Oh yeah. Love a good crouching.
Crouching and dancing, yep. Fireworks coming out.
71 with a 7.1 KD.
That's a good ending for sure. A send-off for SKL's
Oh.
participation. Oh my god.
Just to remind everybody that this is a war game.
Yeah.
This is for real men, manly men. Nice job, everybody. We're going to go ahead and raid Plantside Battles 2, the channel that is with the official cast here today. They should be having post-game interviews hopefully soon, but bid you all farewell. Thank you, Livin. Thank you, Qaztar,
Yeah.
for
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for
helping
the
the
cast.
co-cast.
That was a very good match. I actually had fun watching it.
Fantastic
Yeah, seriously, it
match.
was entertaining.
I like the teams that, you know, they don't just subscribe to whatever meta is always there. Makes
Yeah.
for an interesting match each time.
Oh, I just got kicked out of Nexus.
Yep.
Alrighty, thank you, everybody. Have a good one.
GG, guys. Good game.